Hey y'all, it's your girls, Nadia and Bella. You know what the going on. So basically today it's really not looking good outside. It's kind of cold.
No, it's nasty outside right now. But it's good weather tomorrow.
Yes, but we're here for another podcast, and I'm tired, but I got my coffee.
Donut holes, cinnamon roll.
So today we're going to be talking about the controversial topic of abortion.
Yeah, so it's kind of, obviously always been a topic for, ever now, but kind of in recent current events and everything with the news today, it's been a lot more of an issue. Probably I'd say for probably about the past few years and stuff, mainly just because states have been making a lot of different laws and stuff than I think the actual constitutional, like the one that's actually like the federal law on abortions, like states are doing different stuff now.
Oh, I did not know that.
But
I know states are doing different things because
you know how
here in Missouri now it's like 8 weeks, but
which I think
a judge put a ban on it.
Yeah, I know that I know federally I think you can still get them, but depending on the state, I think that they have the right to, I don't know, prohibit that. I know Missouri's is like you can do it before the 8 weeks. It's like the heartbeat bill or something.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't think you're able to. But
one thing that I found hilarious was that it's all men talking about how we should handle our own body. Yeah. I'm not telling them what to do with whatever they got going on. But
they got vasectomies.
I saw
they can get some of those, but
I saw
not even just that
video, it was some news related video, and a higher up in control person was talking about how women have in our bodies have ways to stop being raped.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's funny.
I mean, obviously, he sounds really, really stupid. But I just found it funny how they're trying to tell us what we're allowed to do with our bodies.
And I know that there's some women that agree with it, too, with the abortion laws. Mostly, I think every person within, the court are all men enforcing and everything, which I think can kind of get frustrating. A lot of times, they don't have a uterus, so they don't really know what they're talking about. But I understand on some point of views how it is upsetting that a baby is passing away, and everything. I understand that it can be upsetting and hard, but I feel like it's not. It's everyone's different. It's not like for instance, if you got pregnant and had to get an abortion or everything, it's not my business to tell you to keep it or not, because it's your own body.
Exactly.
It can, and honestly, there's a lot of emotional trauma that comes with whenever you get an abortion. Not all women want to do it, but a lot of the times it's the best choice for them. Sometimes if they have medical complications down the road and they know that they have it, and it's just do you really want to risk actually, you can have stillborn, or maybe a lot of times women have a lot of issues and complications whenever they're going to give birth, or they have more problems through their pregnancy and stuff. So
giving birth is the worst thing that we can put our bodies through.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times too where it's if you're having a child from a rape, and it's honestly, I feel if you're able to keep the child or whatever, that's totally amazing, that's great for you. But a lot of times you're gonna look at that child like you're rapist.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be hard to love that child. I just think it's I don't know. I think it just depends on the person. I don't really know. I just think that it does get pretty frustrating whenever, we have a lot of men kind of trying to control it and control something about this. I know that a lot of women are getting involved with the protests and everything, and some women in who are actually in the court and everything, in the government.
I feel like people, they're thinking too much about. Everybody brings up statistics about how abortions have killed more people than wars have, and all this other information. But depending on when you get your abortion, I believe that baby is not alive yet.
Yeah.
They don't have a brain. They don't have any motor function.
And that's sometimes why I understand the heartbeat bill if you're getting rid of your baby within that 8-week time frame before it's 8 week and everything, it's like, I mean, I feel like that is a great perfect time. A lot of the times though, you don't know that, like, sometimes women don't know that they're pregnant then. Sometimes they don't even know, like, months along and stuff.
Yeah. But I also find it okay, I was reading this news story the other day about this girl. I guess she was a cheerleader or something like that.
Yeah.
Her name was Brooke Richardson. She was accused of killing and burying her newborn daughter, but she pled not guilty. Yeah. She literally pled not guilty to aggravated murder, involuntary manslaughter, and child endangerment. She was facing life in prison, but only got one charge of gross abuse of a corpse.
So how'd she get the court to agree on that? Did she say that she didn't have access to an abortion?
Well, she was basically just talking about, that she didn't want to be an 18-year-old single mom. Right. And her attorneys argued that the baby was stillborn, and it didn't meet legal criteria to be considered a child.
Oh, wow.
But she pleads not guilty to burying a newborn kid underground, alive, and burning it, but doesn't get life in prison. But a woman who wants an abortion from, say, she was a rape victim, gets life in prison.
Yeah, see, I think that part's ridiculous. I think it was, I don't exactly know the states off the top of my head. I thought it was Alabama for some reason, but I can't be quoted on that, that had that law or wanting to implement that law and everything. I think I don't even understand or can't even wrap my head around why you would want to do that. And see, I feel like I side a lot more. I feel like pretty much a lot of, like, conservatives are pretty heavy on the pro-life and everything. I feel like I personally side a lot more with the conservative side, but I just can't wrap my head around why you would even think that that's remotely okay. And a lot of times, well, not even a lot of times, 100% of the times, abortion procedures are completely safe, that there's no long-lasting health issues to them or anything. And I know that they have, like, the pill and a couple other procedures and stuff, but I do think that there was a bill, I think it was in New York, that I did find kind of ridiculous, where it was like you could, once again, can't be quoted on this one, but it was like talking about how it was like a day before your due date or something, you can get an abortion. Yeah. I find that one personally ridiculous, because that's a full kid. That's a living baby.
Yeah, I understand
that's that. That's a whole child.
Exactly.
And see, I feel like if you're kind of, that part I just don't understand, because, like, at that point in your pregnancy, you don't, obviously a day before your due date or something, you don't have any health complications or anything, unless, like, you're prematurely giving birth, and you're possibly going to have a stillborn or an instant like that. But that's the kind of point where I feel like I feel like that part can get kind of irresponsible, but if you really just don't think that you could handle the financial part of having a kid, then I do believe that you could do adoption or foster care with that one. Although I feel like our foster care system's kind of screwed in that it's kind of a over full, or but I think that one was pretty ridiculous. I didn't feel like that one was humane at all. Just knowing that you just want an abortion the day before you that just doesn't make sense. That one was ridiculous to me.
But like a few weeks into your pregnancy, like if it's not obviously
the baby's not developed.
Yeah, it's a fetus. It's not even a baby yet. It's physically a fetus. And I was reading that fetuses won't feel pain and can't feel pain until the 29th or like the 30th week of gestation.
Oh, wow.
So like and abortions in general really late into pregnancy, like those are very rare. There's very like few cases where like people have had abortions really late within their trimesters. Like, I mean, obviously anybody is going to be upset getting rid of a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not something that you just think of in a minute. You're like,
You're
oh
like,
yeah,
oh
I'm just
gosh,
gonna get an abortion. Yeah, I'm gonna
get
go
an abortion,
do
get
it.
this baby ripped out of me.
Yeah,
Like,
no, nobody
thinks
that.
of it like that.
It's a lot of emotional trauma.
Factors
Yeah.
to put into place on whether or not you want to raise the baby, if you're stable enough to raise the baby. See, like, what if a kid or a woman got pregnant and she was like a drug addict, heavy drug addict.
Right.
Like,
the baby will get addicted.
Exactly. No, there would be major problems with the baby if she were to continue with the pregnancy and everything.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of cases where, probably hundreds of thousands of cases, where, women will be pregnant, have an addiction to heroin or meth or whatever, and the baby's born addicted. It's like, it's just sad and everything.
Because, like, they were put into that lifestyle.
Right.
And, everybody's like, it's a choice. You choose to get pregnant. That's not always true.
No, yeah.
People take many, many precautions on how not to get pregnant. And
hundreds
some
of forms
them
of birth
still
control.
don't work.
Yeah.
Like, they still don't work.
Yeah.
We have not perfected the best way to not get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, there's not.
You can get your tubes tied, still get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Vasectomy, still get pregnant. There's
But
always going to be that 1%.
Yeah, sometimes if you get your tubes tied, you can still get pregnant.
Yeah. So, I think I get more upset about the abortion topic when it comes to, like, rape victims and everything. Mm-hmm. And there's another thing that comes in, say we had, federally a ban on abortions or something, or made it a lot more hard to get one. Then you come into the issue of you're going to have women performing abortions illegally. And it goes way back to before the Roe versus Wade and everything.
And that's going to hurt them more. Like, say, like, a woman lived in a state that, like, didn't allow abortions. Like, she could get one. She could go somewhere else and get one somewhere else. But, like, she might not be in the best environment. They might not use the right tools. She could possibly put herself in danger because she's not able to do something with her own body.
Yeah.
I was also seeing how abortion gives, like, pregnant women the option to choose not to bring fetuses with profound abnormalities, like, to full term. So, like, basically, like, some fetuses, like, in the womb, like, they can already tell, what's that thing that you get? You get it, like, when you're pregnant, they, like, stick the needle into you, and you can see, but that's, like, I think that's late into your trimester. I don't know for sure.
A needle?
Like,
not like a...
And they, like, get the fluid or whatever, and they can see your baby, like, tell things, like, genetically about your baby. I forgot what it's called.
I know what you're talking about, but no, I don't know.
I can't remember. But, some fetuses, have such severe disorders, like, when they find that out, that death is happened shortly after birth.
Yeah.
So, basically they want the choice on whether or not they should bring the baby out and it just die right after.
Yeah.
Because of the situation that has been put in the womb, like, with the disorder that it has.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
But, sometimes I can see the other side.
But
I'm more, like...
I'm more mind my own damn business. I'm not gonna get into yours because I don't really care what you have to do.
Like, I don't understand why everybody is worried about what I want to do. We're already fucking overpopulated. Do you see what we're doing to the world?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, don't bring kids into the world because blah, 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 blah.
But then it's like you don't want to bring an unwanted child into the world either. Then you're just gonna put that child through an emotional trauma and stuff growing up. That's just that one thing I go always back to with the rape victims. It's just like, I feel like it would be so hard there's a lot of women who do keep their child and everything through rape, but it'd be so hard to love that child. And it's like, you'd probably want to do everything, but it's like you'd probably keep having memories about what happened and everything, and knowing that that's the father was your rapist and everything. I think that's so upsetting.
Also, like, who wants to bring a child that you were supposed to love and care for and provide everything for into an environment where they can't be supported?
Yeah.
Where they might have to live on the street.
Yeah, like
where they might have no food, no place to live, nowhere to do anything. And they'll have to fend from themselves from a young age.
Yeah.
And now we've all heard those cases about kids, like, being homeless and everything. And it's just, like, the way that they were brought up. If they were brought up into a good family, if they were brought up by a drug addict, I don't know. There's just so many things that go into play with abortion, and I am baffled by the fact that what was our constitutional right to have an abortion is now getting taken away.
Yeah. I think it would help a lot with, like, going back on what you're talking about, like, financially and stuff, that, you know, being put into a family or whatever, can't financially support that kid. Well, a lot of times, you know, you're paying your taxes go over to welfare and stuff to support those families and everything. Mm-hmm. So say a mother knows that she's not going to be able to financially support this child, or say she has twins or something like that, and then in the end, all the rest, you know, all the taxpayers are going to have to be paying for that child in the first place. So I think if we got abortion stripped away, you know, completely, so that happened, then you're going to have, we're just going to be paying a lot more, I feel like, on welfare and more government aid and our taxes and everything to support that if the mother knows that this kid's not going to have a good life, and she can get rid of, you know, terminate her pregnancy and everything before, you know, the fetus even feels anything, obviously. Mm-hmm. I just think it's her right to.
Yeah, exactly. Because having a kid is a very important decision.
It's expensive.
Yeah, and it requires, like, a lot of thinking and, like, preparation and planning. And if you don't have, like, if you're not ready to do that, then you should have the right to not want that.
Well, then they go into the, you know, the thing of where, if you're like having, you know, if you're getting pregnant or whatever, you want to get abortion, well, then you're just not responsible because you're having sex. It's like you could be in your 30s, you know, done having a kid. You don't want a kid. Yeah, had kids way back. You're done. Are you gonna just, you know, stop having sex? No, you're not. You're gonna probably continue to have sex. Exactly. And it's just like, I think that's kind of ridiculous. Oh, you're not responsible enough to have sex. But they really throw that around with the teenagers and stuff. I'm like, well, you know, teenagers are growing up. They're gonna get, you know.
Yeah.
Warning.
They always put it all on us.
I know. But then again, it's like, at the same time, I'm like, you really think that, like, a 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl is gonna be able to support a kid. Half the time, us teenagers are working, you know, minimum wage jobs, not pushing over 10. Rarely. No. You're gonna, then we're gonna need, like, financial support. And if our parents don't have money to get it, well, where's it gonna come from? The government. And you don't want to pay for that either, so.
And also, like, unintended pregnancies, they can be associated with, like, lots of different things that have happened to a child, like birth defects, low birth weight, maternal depression and stuff. And, like, 45% of all pregnancies among American women are unintended. Like, they do not mean to have them.
Yeah.
I just, like, simply don't understand why, it just makes me so mad because a man should not be able to tell me what to do with my body. Period. Yeah. I don't have to listen to you when you don't understand what is actually going on.
Right.
You don't have to go through anything.
Yeah, and I get, like, I sometimes feel for some of the guys who are great guys or whatever, and their wife doesn't want to have a kid, and it is their kid and everything. Mm-hmm. If you want to take the absolute extreme method, I know that you can get a procedure done where you take the egg out and put it in, is it like a surrogate mother or something?
Yeah.
I know you can do something like that, but not everyone's going to do it, because, you know, you got to have kind of a lot of money to do that, but.
Okay, so let's do our last freaking standpoint. Are you pro-life or
the movement?
Or are you, I should be able to do what I want?
Do whatever you want. And so I'm like, see, personally, I don't know. I don't think I could get one. Like, just personally, I don't think I could do that to myself. But I don't want to, like, get in someone else's business, because it's not my business. Like, say my sister had one or something. Yeah, it'd be my niece or nephew, but I don't want to get involved in that. It's her body. I just, personally, I don't think I could. It honestly depends on the situation. Say it was from, like, a rape or something, I feel like I definitely would have to. But if it's just, like, me getting knocked up on accident or something like that, I think I would have to have, like, the baby and everything just because that's who I am.
Exactly.
But I don't really care what anybody else does.
And it might change down the road for people. Like, it's not always, like, set in stone, I want an abortion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
I think that this was a good topic today. We talked about a lot of interesting stuff, and I had a good time. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, too. You know, we're just chilling here at Kickboo in the library classroom. Chilling. But that's going to be it for today. I'm Nadia.
I'm Bella.
And we'll see y'all next week.